Okay, so now I'm going to build a snare drum using the inbuilt drum synth in Maschine. The Volt engine is particularly good for 808 style snares, so I've got it pretty much at default, and I've got an instance of D16's Decimal plugin, which I'm going to use essentially as a preamp to add some weight. I'll show you in a minute. So with the snare drum, we've got the tuning, the decay, we've got the type of oscillator, and the amount of noise. So right now it's pretty low, lots of mid, so we're looking for more of a trap style 808. So we're gonna bring the tuning up. It's a nice spot right there. I'll bring the decay down slightly for now. I'm going to focus on the attack of the sample. So it's quite punchy right now, but the more noise we add in, the more splash we have. So less, it's all mid, more noise, more splash, more high end. So it's about right around 30, maybe a little less. We can colour that noise as well. It's darker, it's brighter. Again, it's about right as standard. It's pretty near to sort of traditional 808. I'll brighten it up in a little bit. So now it's in about where we want. I'm actually going to bring the decay out a bit more, as I'm going to craft that using the Transient Master again. First of all, I'm going to go to D16's Decimal. Now, I'm simply using this as a preamp to add some weight, some saturation. So I'm going to bring this up. As I'm doing that, I'll go back to my mix. I'm going to bring that right down to around the level that I want it to end up. So that's with the preamp. That's enough for now, but we can use another instance later on. Want more? Don't want to overdo it at this point. Let's go back to our sound. I'm going to shift browse. I'm going to add in a Transient Master. Load that. Get out browse. There's quite a lot of attack already in this sample. You don't want to overdo it. It's going to be a few percent. But sustain, I'm going to bring right down. So now I've got a sound that I like. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to export that and re-import it. So I've clicked in one MIDI note on the piano roll. It's just at C, C3. I'm going to take that snare, I'm going to hold the export audio, I'm going to drag that audio back in to sound 2. So now I have a duplicate of that sound. I'm going to bring the level up slightly. Obviously it needed some more gain, but that's fine. I'm going to export it one more time. So that sound, I'm going to do more or less the same process. I'm going to add in a metaverb. And the metaverb, I'm going to bring the wet mix down, bring the size down. Just more of a dry, more of a room reverb. Now again, I'm going to load another Transient Master. But what I'm doing with these is, rather than big changes, I'm making small changes to craft the sound into the shape that I want. So rather than bringing this attack up to 60 or 70%, I'm using a few percent here and there to keep moving forward with the sound I want. You don't have to do everything in one plugin. It's one of the good things about Machines. You can just stack these effects to get nearer to the sound I want. Now, most drastic, I'm going to start pitching it. So about +2. Starts to be a nice punchy 808 with a bit of space on it. So now I'm going to bring in an EQ. Go out of browse. I'm going to bring the top end up a little bit, brighten it up a little bit. Take some of the low out. And I'm going to do a classic dubstep Neurofunk drum and bass trick. I'm just going to add some gain around 200 Hertz to give us a mid-range punch. It's the same trick that I've used on the snare we've already got in the track that I previously made. So finally, I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to click in a MIDI note at the beginning. I'm going to export that pattern as audio again. I'm going to drag it onto our third sound. Okay, so let's export it a little bit more than I wanted, so I'm going to use sampling mode just to take that at the beginning. So I'm going to truncate that. So we've got truncate, just going to cut it to the section that I have selected. I'm going to apply that. And finally, I'm going to go to Normalize. I'm going to apply that. And that's our finished drum sound.